decided to do a swatch video of the Maybelline Blush Nudes palette. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to give you a walkthrough of kind of what the colors are, and then we can kind of move on to a swatch of my finger to my hand, and you can kind of see. I will say this is what I have on my eyes today. This is the palette I have on my eyes, and do not try to use this palette unless you have a primer. You're not going to get a lot of pigment. It's just not going to work out as well. Let's go ahead and move on to the swatch video. So the colors I'm going to start with are the lighter colors on the bottom. You've got a rosy, sparkly color here, a nice gold color, a mauve color, it's more like a peachy pink color, a lighter rose color, and you've got your white highlighter. The mauve right here is more of a matte color, not really as glittery. I don't know if you can tell if I get up close. Some of these are matte and some of these are very glittery. Here you have the black dark color. I think that this color would be really pretty to use in an eyeliner. It's got pink sparkles in it like that. You'll see when I swatch it. Over here you've got a dark blackish brown color. This color shows up as greenish brown on the camera. However, I think it's more of a brownish color. This is a nice chocolate color. Very pigmented, I think. This is a grayish color. I think it's nice for a crease color. And this is more like a silver highlight color. So now that I've walked through all the colors with you guys, I'm going to go ahead and move on to swatching on my hand. I'm going to start and then we'll basically walk through what I think of all these. Again, this is just a video I decided to do. I'm not being paid or sponsored to say this about these products. First, I'm going to start with the highlight color. This is how it comes off on my finger. I think it's pretty on my finger, right? Very pretty. On my hand, not so much. I mean, you can kind of see it. It's not that bad. This is what I have under my eyebrow today. I don't think it's that pretty. I think it's okay, not very pigmented. If I did not have a primer on, it would not look as good. Also, if you can hear thunder in the background, it's because we are having a storm here. It is pouring down rain. I have no idea what's happening. Moving on to a pinky rosy color that I showed you. Very, very pretty on my finger. Beautiful on my finger. Love it. However, swatching it, it's pretty, but not necessarily showing up. It's right there. I'm not really thrilled about it. I've not tried it on my lids yet, but it's, I mean, if you can barely see it on my hand, you can imagine what it's going to come off as on your eyelids. Moving on to the peachy glittery color that I showed you. This one is right here on my ring finger. Something else about these products, I think it's very chalky, powdery like. Not impressed. This peachy goldy color, it's got a sheen to it. Be a good highlight color or a inner in the inner corner of your eye. Again, not very pigmented, not impressed. It's right there. You can't really see it. This is the mauve matte color that I'm going to do next. I wish that this color was better on the eyes. I love it in the palette. I love the way it looks. However, it is my transition color today and not impressed. It feels so creamy coming off on my finger and it looks good, right? However, when applied to the hand, I'm just kind of disappointed. It's right there. Not really the greatest pigment. It is pigmented, but it's not up to par. So there's a couple. But that's the pink mauve color matte that I just swatched. With the primer, it did stay on, and it is on right now, but not really impressed. These next two colors blew me away. This is probably one of the main reasons that I'm glad that I bought this palette, because these colors are so pigmented. They go on so pretty. I mean, they're beautiful. They're just beautiful colors. The first one is that gold color I showed you. Very, very pretty. And on my hand, it's pretty, and it's, you know, I've not used it on my eyes yet, but it's so, look at that. It just blew all those other ones out of the water. So pigmented and beautiful. It's that color right there. So golden pretty. And the next one is that rosy pinky color that I showed you. Again, it's just a beautiful, beautiful rose color. This is what I have on my lids today. I was disappointed about how it applied, but you can build it up. It's very, very pigmented. Builds up very well. It's right there. I mean, it's beautiful. It's so pretty. You do have to dab your brush in it a couple of times, and it did very well. Moving on, because my camera is going to die, the silverish color that I showed you guys, here it is on the finger. Looks pretty on the finger. However, once applied to the skin, not impressed. It's right here. I'm not impressed. I don't think it's that pretty. I think that it maybe would make a good base color, but it's not the best product I've ever used. Moving on to the gray silver color, here it is on my finger. Thought about trying some of these wet, because my hand is wet from using a makeup wipe just now, and it seems to be a little more pigmented, but I think that this would be a pretty eyelid color or a crease color. It looks great in the palette, however, it's a little brown on camera. Moving on to a more taupey brown, chocolatey, I know I'm all over the place with names, color. I mean, this is beautiful pigment, and like I said, my hand is kind of wet now from the makeup wipe. Beautiful right here. However, they are looking similar on the camera. Moving on to the darker gray color. Again, these three are looking really similar. This is matching this really well. I don't know why I bought a palette that has a lot of the same color. Moving on to the last two darker colors. This second to last one is this color right here, and this is what I have in my crease today. I think it's a beautiful color right there. It does have some sparkle, but nothing like this last color I'm about to show you. This last color is very pigmented and has pink sparkles like the pink that I showed you earlier. This is what I would suggest getting an eyeliner brush and using this color right here as an eyeliner. Beautiful color. And I really like, I'm really happy with these four right here and this mauve color. Not necessarily for pigment. You all know I just said I like these for pigment, but these are just pretty colors altogether. I think that this could be a dupe for the Naked 3 palette if you really wanted a cheap buy. This palette was $9.98 from Walmart. I like it. Also on the back, it had some guidelines for which colors to use and how to make a look, which I think is nice of Maybelline to do. If you would like to see a comparison with this to the Naked 3 palette, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and we can see what we can do. However, I think the next video I'm going to do is just the Nudes. It's a black. It came out before the blushed palette, and I think it's a very, very good dupe for the Naked 1 palette, which is the palette I have by Urban Decay. If you all liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for joining me last week to see last week's video. If you didn't see my haul video from last week, go ahead and click down below and there'll be a link. And don't forget to give that video a thumbs up to let me know you liked it. If you have any questions about where to purchase those products, feel free to comment. If you have any suggestions on where to purchase this, I know that a lot of people are having trouble finding this palette. I can try to find it on Amazon and leave it below. Also, let me know in the comments below what you want to see next. This kind of came up because we talked about it last week. Let me know what you're interested in seeing next. Also, share this video with a friend, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!